The JLR interview series.
Okay, so it's Sunday just after 4 p.m. and that's on the 7th of April 2019. And today I'm doing a Skype interview with a pianist who's based in America, and her name is Jinjoo Yoo, and I hope I pronounced that correctly.
Yeah, you are.
Okay, well, thanks for the interview with Jazz London Radio today.
Thank you.
Excellent. So the reason we've got Jinjoo on today is because one of our presenters on the station, Chris Hodgkins, who presents the fantastic show called Jazz Then and Now on a weekly basis, he's doing a tour of the UK next month in May, playing at venues, well, right around the country, including in London. And he's got a quartet with him. And Jinjoo, who's a piano player, will be part of this quartet. So that's something to really look forward to, because Chris is a really good trumpet player, and he's got Alison Rayner on bass and Wayne Wilkinson on guitar as well. So first question is quite a simple one. So how did this opportunity come about to play on this tour next month with Chris?
I didn't expect it either because it was kind of a surprise to me.
Oh, okay.
I got an email from Chris a long time ago, a while ago, and he listened to my music when my first debut album was out there. And there is a jazz blog called Jazz Lives or Jazz Leaves. Mm-hmm. Michael Stamen, who was a wonderful author there, he introduced my album to his blog. And Chris found out my album there, and he checked it out and he really liked it. So he wanted to plug in my music in his radio station. Okay. So that's how we first knew each other. And then I was really happy that he liked music, and that's how I knew him. Then a few months later, I just got another email from Chris that if I'd be interested in joining his tour. And I just immediately said yes, because I knew what kind of music he plays and how he plays. Mm-hmm. And I thought it is a wonderful opportunity for me to really meet more local jazz musicians and local fans and share some different experience we have in a musical background, different musical backgrounds. We can, try to explore this music together. It was just a fantastic offer for me.
Wow, that's good. So obviously you've never played with Chris yet. I mean, you will do soon.
No, but I kind of hear it,
Yeah.
I kind of hear how it will sound like.
Okay, and I mean, have you played in Britain before?
No, I visited London a long time ago.
Oh, okay.
Not so long, maybe 5-6 years ago. Mm-hmm. No, even more than that. Yeah, 8 years ago maybe. And then I just stayed a couple of days, and that was it. And yeah, I didn't really have a chance to play.
Wow, so it'll be obviously a new experience as well, playing in front of audiences.
I'm so excited. Yes.
Yeah, and the other thing is, it's worth asking this question as well, because it's a slightly unusual quartet, because Chris does like to play without a drummer in his group. So is that something that will be quite different for you, or are you used to doing that?
Well, yeah, actually I'm quite used to it. My trio band that I play a lot now in New York City is piano, guitar, and bass trio, which if I sing, it can be a Nat King Cole trio, but I don't sing. But it's a sound that I really like, and there's a lot of how can we say, a lot of ways to really explore this formation, I think. But it doesn't happen a lot that I have trumpet.
Right.
Yeah, so it's gonna be something more interesting, I think. Yeah.
Okay, so I mean, Chris obviously done his research then, because you play without a drummer. He always plays without one.
Yeah. That's true. But I love like they are just different sound. I
Yeah.
like, you know, both of combination, but I cannot really pick one. But they have different sound, and I like it.
Yeah. I mean, is there a possibility for the piano player to be a bit more percussive in that sound?
You mean like drumless trio or
Yeah. So
drumless trio?
yeah. So can the piano player like yourself? Can you? Does it give you an opportunity to play a bit less melody and play a bit more percussively, or?
So I always think it is really important to find the space between the bassist and the guitarist.
Right.
Guitarist is also can be very percussive, and they can also play the melody. Like there's a lot of things in common with the piano, I think. So while guitar players is accompanying behind bassist or the trumpeter, then I want to come together and it gets so crowded, the sound will not be so good, you know?
Right.
Yeah, so I want to be percussive. I always want to be percussive, like if it is with the drummer or without the drummer. I try to be, which is really hard. But at the same time, I want to leave some space for the guitarist. Like we have to, you know, negotiate a little bit. Yeah, to make the overall sound good. Yeah, that is the most important thing.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's challenging.
Oh yes, I'm sure. Yeah. Yeah. Because I suppose you have to be more upfront and take not more risk, but you have to. I don't know what the right phrase would be, but yeah, you have to tailor the sound.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So that's good. So that's great. So I wanted to ask you as well. You know, just you're from South Korea originally. Is that correct?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. Is that the capital, or?
Oh, what was that? I'm sorry.
Is that the capital of South Korea you're from? Where are you from in South Korea?
It is near Seoul. Originally,
Okay.
I'm not from Seoul, but I worked and lived in Seoul for like 10 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I mean, what I want to ask is, how did you get into music and to playing jazz?
That is an interesting question. I cannot really remember my first encounter with jazz because I could have heard it somewhere, like, from the TV show or something. I don't remember the very first encounter. However, I remember, like, when I was 19 years old, that was the first time I saw jazz band in my city. My city is not, it's not really like, it's not like Seoul. So it's a little bit, away from Seoul. So it's rare to see jazz band in my city. I think now maybe it's better, but at the time it was, it doesn't happen so often. And I saw this jazz band, and they were playing, one of the tunes they played was Summertime. That I remember for sure. And after the show, they said they explained what this jazz music is, and they said they've been improvising. And then like, no, you're not. Inside my mind was, I cannot believe it. Like, how can you improvise? That's impossible. And it sounded like written out music to me. So I just like I researched, and then I found out, yeah, they were improvising. So I just like got so interested in this music just right away. It's weird, and I didn't really major in jazz piano when I was in undergraduate years.
Right.
I majored in sociology and economics.
All right. Okay.
Yeah, that's quite different, right?
Yeah.
But at the time, there were like a bands in my school, like amateur bands that just wants to listen to jazz music or hang out at jazz clubs, like this kind of club and bands. So I just joined that because I want to have a good, hobby and just sing. And I just wanted to listen to this weird music, and that's how it all started, I think. Yeah, and to be honest, like there were not so many jazz music, like good jazz music available in Korea at that time. I mean, yeah, for example, when I like searched for jazz music, and I got some list of the jazz music, and don't be surprised, it had like what is this girl sang Virtual Insanity, this song? Virtual Insanity. Like all the acid jazz girls and like jazz pop.
Yeah.
It just popped up and I was listening to this. Oh, Jamiroquai. No offense to Jamiroquai, but like that it was like Jamiroquai's jazz and this is jazz. So I didn't know what else I have, and I was listening to these things, and I actually liked it. I was enjoying it. And then one day, somehow, there was one tune that was totally different from other stuffs in my, playlist. And it was Bud Powell playing Cleopatra's Dream.
Mm-hmm.
And then I just like found out that it's so weird, and I really liked it. I got into Bud Powell, and then everything started like Bud Powell, and then I got to know Wynton Kelly, got to know Art Tatum, got to know like Mary Lou Williams, Carmen Murray, and then yeah, it happened that way.
Right. So I mean, can I assume then you went to America to pursue your music career, or did you go for other reasons but ended up playing music?
Yeah, that also, I didn't expect me ending up here in New York.
Mm-hmm.
I thought, I thought maybe I'll just stay in Korea and just, do whatever I do. But at the time, my boyfriend convinced me that Jinjoo, you have to go to New York. He's been to New York some time ago, and he just figured out like all those musicians are here. Like the music that he wants to listen to and play is happening here in New York.
Yeah.
So he like convinced me, Jinjoo, we have to go to New York. We have to. And I did an audition, and then I passed. So I decided to move into New York in in 4 months. Yeah.
Wow, that's incredible. So, I mean, how long ago are we talking about?
Well, when did it happen?
Yeah.
Like 4 years ago.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, are you enjoying it? Are you really?
Yeah, I'm finding it is challenging. Just living in New York is it's very hard. Everything is really expensive.
Yeah, like London.
Yeah, like London. Yeah. And many friends of mine, like from London, like there are many musicians living here, and they say, hey, London is really expensive, but New York is like the same. It's no better.
But I mean, at the same time, you're enjoying it.
Yeah. and it is incredible. Like you can listen to like jazz musicians, like legendary musicians and musicians that you really like in front of you at jazz clubs, and you can talk to them. You can ask some questions, if it is okay, and hang out with them and just listen to some of incredible music and musicians they know. They just start talking about like some episodes, like when I was like playing with Charles Davis and blah blah blah. It is incredible, and I feel like I can understand this music more with my heart.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I suppose because you're part of the history now. You're seeing people who have played with lots of amazing musicians and done great things.
That's a very good way to put it. I feel like I'm sharing a history together. Like I'm part of it.
Wow. I mean, the reason I ask is, Korea is not really known for, Japan seems to have quite a jazz tradition now.
Yeah.
Korea's not really known for that, or South Korea, I should say.
Yeah, Japan is really serious. Like they have a very good history, and there are amazing musicians there as well.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
for quite a few decades.
In Korea, it's not. It's a little bit different situation. And I see some of the jazz festival going on in Seoul, and it's kind of like mixed with pop music or like soft rock music together with jazz music. It's a little bit of different situation, and I think things are better than before, because there are more musicians who studied abroad and they come back and they are started to perform music that is, how can I say it, that is more that kind of reflects more of jazz history, should I say. Any kind of music should reflect jazz history in some way. I think we cannot avoid it, right?
Right.
And that is a good thing, but there are not so many, as far as I know, there are not so many like jazz clubs, jazz musicians in Korea can perform, and not so many opportunities. So that's the part that I hope to get better. I hope musicians there have opportunity to perform, and
I mean, you hope that your presence will help them to make some progress.
I wish,
to further their career.
I wish I could, the thing is, I like whenever I go Korea, like I don't really perform because I just usually I usually just stay like 1 month, and then I just spend whole month with my family.
Yeah.
And as I said, I don't live in Seoul, so it's kind of a travel to go to Seoul. So I kind of like try to spend more time just once a year with my family. But like I was thinking that next time if I go to Korea, I'd like to perform more and communicate with Korean musicians, my friends there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, no, that sounds a good plan. Hopefully, well, I'm sure you will be able to do that.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, yeah, that's interesting. So, well, thanks for that. So I'm just gonna finish up because just a short interview with you today.
Maybe I was talking too much, I think.
No, not at all. I was listening intently. No, I'm listening intently.
Everybody got bored.
No, not at all. It's always interesting to hear people's backgrounds, especially someone like yourself coming from. I'm quite intrigued, as I said, because as I say, Korea is not really known for producing jazz musicians. So no, that's good. So I'm just going to say, so the tour is next month, and I don't have the dates in front of me actually, but we are running. Chris has been running an ad on the station, so people could listen out for that. And I suppose just go on to the websites of the respective musicians. All the details will be on there. So yeah, if have you got a website you want to plug or anything like that today?
Oh, in my website?
Yeah.
Are you in my website?
Yeah, if people want to have a look.
Okay, maybe the background music of my website will be I'm Curious.
Okay, so sorry, go on.
Okay.
No, I was just going to say, so your website, is it, shall I spell it out? Is it Jinjoo Yoo?
You.com.
Okay, so JINJOO,
Yeah.
and then YOO, all one word.com.
Yes.
Okay, excellent. So what I'll do then is I'll check that out and maybe feature some of your music on the station over the coming weeks. All right.
All right, thank you.
Okay, so thanks for the interview today with Jazz London Radio, and look forward to seeing you play on the tour next month.
All right, thank you so much.
Okay, thanks.
Thanks.
The JLR interview series.